Let's quickly revise AS20 earnings per share. What is earnings per share? It is basically out of the total profit earned by company in a year, what is the profit belonging to per share? That is called basic EPS. The standard also covers something called diluted EPS, saying that in the future, if the earnings is going to fall, what will be the fall for you per shareholder? That's called diluted EPS. Let's focus on basic EPS. Basic EPS, the equation is simple. Profit available for equity shareholders divided by something called VANES. Numerator, let's finish it. You will always take whatever net profit is reported as per schedule 3, reduce preference dividend if declared, or even reduce if it's for cumulative preference shares, and take the balance profit for the numerator, profit for equity shareholders, divided by VANES. VANES in simple is number of shares outstanding in the year for the whole year or even part year. So each share will be multiplied by number of days outstanding. If no movement happens, we will take the same number. Adjustments in basic EPS are basically two: bonus and rights. For bonus, it's very simple. The numerator will be given as it is in the question. For denominator, only one assumption we have to take. The assumption is you have to assume that the bonus issue was made at the beginning of the previous year and assume that bonus is there for both the denominators equally, so they are comparable. Coming to rights, the steps we have in rights is step number 1. You have to compute something called theoretical ex-right price. What is theoretical ex-right price? You will first multiply in numerator existing number of shares into market price before rights plus number of shares issued in rights into rights issue price, whole divided by existing number of shares plus new number of shares. Basically, we are trying to find out theoretically what is the price of per share after rights issue. Step number 2, we compute something called rights adjustment factor. For that, we divide fair value of share before rights issue divided by what you found in step 1, theoretical ex-right price. Step 3 is applying this rights adjustment factor into opening number of shares, opening VANES. So you will find number of shares with rights element, and step 4 is to compute the whole VANES. The whole idea in rights is basically after rights issue we don't make any adjustment. Before rights issue happened, for those shares we apply this rights adjustment factor and include the bonus element over here. These are the 4 steps in rights issue. One last adjustment here is if the face value per share is different, I have a 10 rupees face value, 5 rupees face value, and even the paid up value is different, we will convert everything into one equivalent face value and equivalent paid up value and then later reconvert it for EPS. This is EPS, basic EPS. Next, let's go to part 2, diluted EPS. Diluted EPS starts from where basic EPS ends. So you compute the values just like basic EPS. Numerator, the additions will be very simple. What would be the profit tomorrow if some conversions take place, like convertible preference shares, convertible debentures and ESOP. Convertible debentures, if debentures are converted to shares, I need not pay interest, so profit will go up. If profit goes up, I have to pay additional tax, so that percentage of tax will come down. The equation would be interest into 1 minus tax rate. For convertible preference shares, you don't have to pay dividend if they are converted. So dividend will be added back, and also dividend distribution tax also will be added back for numerator. These are similar adjustments. Denominator is very simple. Whatever are the new shares which are going to be added, that will be added. So let's say 1 debenture is converted to 10 shares. I will add 10 shares in denominator. Similarly for preference shares. When it comes to options alone, no adjustment in numerator. In denominator alone, we will try to compute the number of shares given for free to the shareholder. Whatever he has paid, we will not consider. The free element alone we will add. These are the basic adjustments for diluted EPS. We will have some more adjustments in very rare sums, but these are the basic parts. So this is in brief capsule about AS20. Thank you.